birthday, and I have been away. But the first thing I need to do is go back to my picture. Yes, she has morphed since the last time we've been together. She's went from young to old to blah blah blah. She's changed a lot. It's partly because your emotions dictate the way that you paint, and partly because I was just using leftover paint. A little bit of both. And I'm realizing that I've mentally had a lot of changes happen since I've been away. In a good way. I realized that you should always be grateful. Small wins happen in many moments. And my birthday was amazing. So, yeah, now it's time to focus on art because I have not been creating art for the last few days. But yeah, one of the things I've learned too is that there are so many good things in life. You just have to be willing to try to have those moments. A lot of times in life, we feel like we've lost something due to whatever the circumstances are, but we don't always focus on what we gain. Like the princess and the frog, a lot of the times we already have everything we ever wanted, but in that moment, we may not see it due to, hey, Derek, due to the fact that we just are consumed with what we're missing out on. And I'm learning in life in real time that we should focus, give more energy to what we want and less energy to what we don't want. And when we do that, life gets better. What is it? Oh, beta. How you doing, brown sugar? It's just your friend Derek Palmer. I'm just looking. Your post that you just sent to me. I'm in Cancun, Mexico, in the middle of the ocean on the oil rig. Oh, hi. Why are you on an oil rig? Thanks for all the support. You're willing to bet on me and Bethany because you're someone special. Just heard somebody to love you and the kids. Well, honestly, I know that I'm already invested in and I already have people that love and support me. But thank you though. I think that's pretty cool to know that someone else will feel the same way as well. But yeah, I I've never met you, but thank you for saying that though. That's pretty cool. How many kids do you think? I need to put this on do not disturb because my phone is ringing. Eh, can y'all hear me? Oh, you said that's your job. Oh, okay. No, that's cool. Yeah, I need to. I'm realizing this too because I've realized like with this paint thing, I have to make sure I have more than one brush because something I learned from Zoe is that I tend to get too gun ho with the amount of paint. This is acrylic paint, by the way, and that's what creates some of my oh moments. But by putting just a little bit, smudging it in, and then going from there, makes some of these better. Some of this Some of these spots better. Hey, Uncle Jukebox, she came back. I'm happy that y'all just keep coming back though. That's impressive. That helps the algorithm because I'm sure that's one of those things that it's always paying attention to is do they return? How long do they watch? Do they put like? Do they subscribe? Do they comment? So yeah, all that actually matters. I just had a birthday. You're welcome. I tell you that all the time. Enjoy the rest of your day and going down to work. Okay, well, be safe down there. You say yes, I'm cool. Well, thank you. Yeah, be careful. I know that sounds like a very dangerous job. So be safe. Thanks everyone who subscribes. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for coming back. Yeah, my birthday was June the 5th. So I took some time away from social media and it's been very fun. I've had like a really amazing time. And yeah, now I do have an amp. It was one of my birthday gifts. And I can actually play for you all and have the amp. So I'll do that later. Keep up the good work, baby. I'm so tired and got to lay down. Okay. Well, hopefully all is well for you. Thank you for the continued support. Thanks for checking in. Um, I'm realizing that the more I look at people's faces, the more I'm realizing how I need to put more nuanced details. Some of the details I want to add scare me because I realize that like once you do it, you can't undo it. And that scares me with art. But I'm getting more, oh, this is darker. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with attempting a little bit more of the smaller details. I'm trying to figure out where I put everything because I realized that some of this I had laid out, like the main colors I had on her face, I had laid out. And I think what happened was when I was in here painting last, I called myself cleaning up. And cleaning up is all fine and dandy. This one's lighter until you actually look for the stuff that you need. And then you're just like, but where did I put it? Why did I do that? And you're just like, because you're trying to have less of a mess. Okay, here's the highlight. This is one I need. Oh, and for anybody who watched the last live, this is how the picture me and Zoe alternating turned out. He turned out really cool, actually. I know I was in a tizzy in the moment, but that's how he turned out. That's the one I did turned out. Me and Zoe did, but I started, and this is the way that the one me and Zoe did that I added on to turned out. So basically, when we paint together, it turns out really nice. And we're gonna start a new piece of cardboard because that's my other way to do this with the whole add a little here, add a little there. And yeah, I do have paint trays for anybody who's wondering. But for some reason I like having like a little piece of cardboard because then it's not as intense. But to each his own. Whatever works for y'all works for y'all. But it definitely works for me. Keep up the good work. Oh, I already read that. So how's everybody else's day life going? Any good updates? Anything positive happened since the last time we've been live? Because right now, I'm very happy. And I'm realizing too, like, the more you're willing to try new things, the more you're willing to open up. the more opportunities, people, things in life come to you. I feel like in life, sometimes we don't accept or we don't put ourselves out there because we're scared when we should really just try to be more open. And right now, a lot of the things that are happening in my life are because I was willing to say hi. And I'm just wondering, like, how many times in life have we been in a position? You said that's true, Uncle Jukebox. But how many times in our own life have we had missed opportunities because we chose to not say sure? We chose not to say thanks. We chose not to just try. I think about that more and more. And now, I think for this chapter of my life, it's gonna be the year of why not? Why not try? Why not enjoy the moment? Why not speak up? Why not explore? Why not? And I think that's what's gonna make it great. Because when we try new things, we can learn what we like and don't like. We can learn what we are more open to. And yeah, faces are easier on a wet surface, but I realized that just because I like doing this, I would probably be one of those people that once I actually tried oil paintings, I would be fantastic at it. Oil paints have way more smell than acrylic though, so that would take some adjusting. Right now, I'm just kind of focused on trying to add more details to her skin. Thank you. Which I don't even know how much I can even create with some of these spots being the way that they are. And swirls make it look more skin-like. Strokes are cool too. In some spots I do stroke, but from other spots I do swirls. I'm learning that that creates a better, um, I don't know what you call it, but it just looks more like skin. The only thing is you have to be careful with the swirls because it can also over, like, I don't know what it's called. But yeah, I'm realizing that it's better to focus on the gratitude in the moments, the bird in the hand. Be grateful for what you actually have versus what you wish you had. Have more patience with your self and in the moments of whatever you're doing. Does she have a browner shade? Um, yeah, she's gotten more brown, I think. And some of it too is like me still playing with the highlights and stuff. I feel like some of it does need to be a little darker in spots, some of it needs to be lighter, but some of it is just more so me just trying to figure out what's working and what's not. Because it's harder when you go in and it's just way too deep in one spot and then you regret it. It's easier to kind of do a little highlight, do a little low light, go back to a little low light, jump around. But if you just jump and do it all at the same time, it gets muddy. So it's kind of better to kind of lead into it. Okay, it looks more and more better. Thank you. Yeah, because it's me playing in the highlights and the lowlights and the tones, just trying to inch it in there. I am liking this. I don't know what color this one is for the overall tone, but I definitely do see where I'm incorporating some that's slightly darker in there too. It's a risky thing. Nobody's skin is all one tone. So when I go in and I overly get in there, it just looks muddled. And then some of them have different undertones and stuff. I don't know how to really explain all this, but it's one of those oopsie moments that you cry about and if you rush it. Because it can you say happy birthday the same time? Oh, it's your birthday, Grace? Happy birthday. Yeah, it was my birthday June 5th. So birthday twins. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. My nana got the outfit. Oh, cool. Congratulations, Ty. I'm so happy for you. What outfit did Nana get you? Spring break, summer break. Yeah, I keep forgetting y'all are on summer vacation. My baby's with her dad right now. If she was here today, she would want to go swimming, which I need to get some stuff taken care of while she's with her dad. Yeah, I actually like that ombre, actually, a lot more than I thought. But yeah, I'm happy for you. Happy birthday. What are you doing for your birthday? My birthday was amazing, by the way. I had so many magical moments for my birthday. So many gifts. I think I actually got way more gifts this birthday than I did on all the others cumulatively because that's the way God wanted it. But yeah, it's not even about that. It's just about the fact that I felt cared for and nurtured and supported. That mattered more to me than any monetary gift, but those are special too. Even my 21-year-old got me a really nice gift this time. I was like, oh, look at her going out her way being thoughtful. And my Zoe got me a gift, and I had a very special person give me the gift of time and gifts. So I thought that was sweet too. Get this going. Trying to blend into her. So before I would be gun ho and try to do it all at the same time. And then this time I'm actually trying to not rush the process, which is actually giving her a more natural skin tone in some spots. And then it also looks overly, I don't know, like some spots I made it look better and some spots I made it look worse. I realize she's just going to keep morphing energy. I can't I can't do this in between different headspaces because you can definitely see my headspace shift in the painting, and it keeps drying so quickly. I don't know what I did to the paint to make it dry so quickly, but goodness, so much to think about. I think I should add, maybe if I do this part one more way, I can get it all the same and then it won't feel so. Let's try this because I don't really want to have to keep doing this part over and over again. So I think I'm gonna try it one more way. So I'm gonna start with the highlighted spot, which is gonna look crazy for a second. I think that's part of what is missing. There's not enough highlight. It's that spot I knew it was gonna bake in before I had a chance to get it in there, but on the forehead at least it blended out. But yeah, so with some of this, I think what I'm gonna do is now for the second roll of this, I'm adding just like a little bit of this pearly color. I'm working in reverse. So I put a bunch of that pearl color on there and I'm just adding it to the other color, which is gonna add that overly light. And then I'm just gonna have to work around it one more time to rebuild what I was trying to do. I need it is not blending out, but it's okay. At least it gave a good undercolor. That will make sense later. And it's a weird thing because like I'm realizing that if I actually just started outlining her face, the faces first, I could really get into more of these highlight, low light colors. Hey, Mower. Yeah, I know. I know. Look, it's weird. I am in this non-painting whimsical place right now, and it is affecting my art clearly. But it's okay. No excuses, right? That's not fair to the art. I know, but I'm gonna fix it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to create like this glowy color that's kind of in between the two colors. And the crazy part is it's like you don't really know what color it's gonna be until it's dry with the acrylic, especially when you're mixing pearls and mattes, and then also different colors that you kind of mix yourself. But I do like that color. So let's go in and clean this up a little bit. And then that actually worked out pretty nicely. Some of it too is just the fact that it's not fully dry. So it's like it's picking up and reblending the colors that are already there. And like I tell everybody, just know no matter where you're going with this brush, it's still got a little bit of paint on there. So it may seem like I'm doing nothing in these spots, and then sometimes you see me look like I'm hurt because I just messed something up. Or sometimes I look super happy because I fixed something I didn't know was actually broken. So it's just like, oh, it seems like she's just randomly until you see the difference. See what I mean? How it like has like a little bit of glowiness. Yeah, so I keep saying I want to make more and more subcuddles, subcolors with this, but then as I go, it's kind of hard because it's like sometimes it's easier said than done, and you don't want as many colors. So then that's why that comes in handy. But yeah, and the key to it is to just make subtle changes as you go with the tone, and eventually it'll feel right. And now I'm just adding just a touch more white, not too much. It's not even white, it's more pearl than white. And that's creating like this little bit more highlight. All right, that actually looks a lot better. No, it's just slightly too light, but not too crazy. Which I have that other color, which I know. Look, people, trust the process. You have to realize too, like your lighting and my lighting is not the same. So the monitor, the TV screen, the cell phone is giving you a slightly different color than what I'm seeing in life. But yeah, I do actually think that she desires and deserves more tone. And for the this part down here, for the people who are wondering, like, okay, are you gonna fix it? Yes, we're gonna fix it. This is what this is. Okay, so I am pretty good on her skin tone. I definitely need to do her blush, which I'm gonna do that now while I have the backup skin tone kind of already available. So that's what this color is right here that I made up because I already knew that I needed more. Like we already knew this. And then I'm just gonna go just kind of swirl that in there. Give her some color on her cheeks. And then a little bit in there. Not too crazy, just a little bit. Just to overall kind of give her some warmth in the skin tone. Okay, so now she has blush. And now that she has blush, kind of want to give her some a little bit more tone into her skin, which I actually like the way that turned out too. But that's what happened with that. See, she has blush now. And this is where it gets kind of scary again because we're going darker. So this is a tone that we made this darker, which I'm realizing for this palette, I need to start being more generous with what I put on the wood. So that way, as I kind of shift the tone, it's not crazy from nowhere. And I don't remember what this color looks like on her skin. So let's just go a little bit under here. Just because I like to keep a consistent tone throughout. So, well, the hair color, Mel, that it says it looks like I decided to change the hair color. Well, what happened with the hair color is when Zoe and I were doing this painting and this painting, there was a lot of extra paint left because Zoe got way too much paint for this. And the paint that was used on that was super expensive. So I was like, I just don't want to waste it. So yeah, that's how this hair color changed, which is definitely going to change again. I'm going to keep aspects of that color in her hair, but not the whole hair. I actually like the initial feeling that I had from the other color of her hair, but I just didn't want to waste my money. So since my child decided to get so gun ho with how much paint she accidentally used, yeah, you can see more dimensions from it exactly. I was like, well, we're not going to waste mommy's paint, but we will use it. And she's like, well, where are we going to use it at? I was like, I don't know. I said, I'm just going to stick it in her hair. And then that's how that happened. Even with me and all this pearl, I just wasted. So I was just like, ooh, it's not a waste. It's just going to be accent. And eventually she'll have her actual hair color. But these are not her final tone of hair color. This is just paint not being wasted. So that's how that happened. So yeah. Yeah, I realized that this is becoming way more than what I thought it would as far as the work that's gone into her, but we're fine with that, right? So now we're gonna move away from all these other parts and we're gonna go back to her lips, which is something that I was like, not a today's problem type stuff. And for now, the first part we're gonna do, which should be easy for right now, is I'm going to start with her lip line, which hopefully I don't overdo. So we're going to start by outlining the lip. And all the other paint that you've seen me add on here was more so to build up the volume of the her lip, because this is a textured picture. So if you were to like fill it, you would actually feel all the features. Like you could like take your eyes, close your eyes and feel like, oh, these are her eyes, these are her lips, these are her teeth, it's just her hair. So even if you couldn't actually see her, you could actually feel her different aspects of her face, which I think is pretty cool. That's one of my signature things that I like to do. So now we're gonna just trace out that lip. The bottom lip is really big for some reason. Um, but okay, that works. And then now that that's there, we're gonna keep with the whole, oh, maybe not. Okay, let's figure that out. Oh, that actually worked out nice. Which I am gonna have to get in there with the black, but actually like the way that turned out. Which I just smudged something brown on me. But yeah, so got that gone. That's done and done. Now we gotta move into red. I feel like I need like a dark purple, or maybe this blue might hit the spot. So let's try this blue with this red first and see what that does. But just a little, not like we're gonna barely just. But what I don't use, that's more than I expected that came out. It's okay. Where do we put the actual red? I know if I stood up, I could probably just see it, but I don't think I think we moved it when I was cleaning up. Let's see. Let's actually want that color. And I don't have it over here. Hmm. Guess I need to stand up. So we have a lot of different reds to choose from, which I always forget about this color, which I don't really like dipping in that one because I have to use a clean paintbrush because I don't want to ruin it. So we're not even going to use that one. We're going to use this one. This is a red. Dang, that red is sounds like somebody put water in it. Why is it so thin? That's weird. And we have this nice dark purple or dark blue, I should say. And that's a lighter red, more intense. Perfect. So we'll use these. And let's see, sit this down. Okay, so a little bit of red, a little bit more red. Oh, that was a lot of red, goodness. And maybe I can figure out how it feels to put just a little bit of blue. And as y'all can see, this is why when Zoe accidentally uses too much paint, I don't get mad because I'll make a comment, but I don't actually care because I do the same thing. You know, you can't really get mad at your kid for doing the same thing you do, even though some parents do. But that's not cool. So we have our first color, which is really dark, actually. All right, let's see what that looks like. We'll just put a color in her hair. That way we can see it for ourselves. That looks really dark. That almost looks like black. That's darker than I expected. So, okay, there we go. So this one's going right against that lip line because there's always some shadow, which I could have used that darker initial color. So I think I will. I'm just going to blend that onto the brush. Whatever color that is, that works too. So I don't think I can see that, but I'm going to go. Let's see, how can I do this? I know. Use your tripod, Marquette. There we go. So we're just using that really dark purpley color first. Okay, so there we go. And then now, yeah, that works close enough. I'm gonna go in with it more, the other red. And the lips have like a lot of texture. So at this point, you're just gonna see me throwing lines. Her tongue turned a weird color. I might fix that later. But yeah, even though I just did those lines, I'm still just gonna smudge that across because that just feels better. And we're just gonna start adding these lines in there, which I realize I kind of like this color red. And before her lips were just this bright, bright, bright red, which I'm cool with. I like that color. And yeah, as I paint, it's gonna blend those colors together more and more. And I don't mind that at all. And I like the way that subtle textures are starting to come through more. Hindsight, I should have been charging my car right now, but it's okay. Yeah, that works. Go back to that darker red and then add a little bit of that maroon color to that. And then we're just gonna line that out again just to give it some dimension, which I'm still trying to keep a very small line of that other color that we already established there too. When you're done, are you willing to put some personal makeup over it? Maybe. What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Mel? Do you mean like if I was to sell the picture, would I personalize it to the person who I was selling it to? Sure. I don't mind doing personalized art. And if you're noticing, this is more of the technique I was using originally with the other color. The only difference now is that those subtle undertones that were created by the other colors are going to pop more now. And the other reason why I was willing to just completely redo it is I changed the direction of her hair fall. So I had to go in and change that. And initially, she actually had a lot of red and browns in her hair. Red, browns, golds, yellows, pinks, which are going to go back into her hair, but now it's going to have the right direction of flow. Maybe more earrings. Oh, there's no earrings in this picture, ma'am. Yeah, no earrings. I am going to incorporate this new color that wasn't there initially, though, just because. Thanks for the support and the love. But I do like the suggestions, though. It's definitely something that I wouldn't have necessarily thought about by myself. So the hair's starting to come together. The eyes are pretty much done minus the eyelashes. I do also need to incorporate a waterline, which I want to add the waterline in there, but I feel like sometimes when I do those little details, they scare me because I feel like that's going to be the part that messes up all the hard work. Sometimes it's the part I love. I never know. But I do attempt it. And I keep blending into this lighter color as I go and add these extra strokes. And that's what's creating this tonality and depth in her lips. If you're wondering, like, what is she reaching for each time? Which I need to go back through and add like a little bit more, possibly of the darker one as well. But yeah, so there you go. Which I do have a little bit of red left that hasn't been tainted by me. I add a little bit of that in there too. I was thinking about a lot of stuff though. The bird in the hand. Bird in the hand isn't necessarily just for art or just anything. It's relationship too. Like if you already have somebody who you really like, why risk that versus just randomly hoping that each time it's going to be better? I think that's what happens in a lot of dynamics. People try to find something better than what they already have and then they regret it. Oh, that's still damp. That's amazing. How did it stay wet so long this time? What did I do differently? Yeah, I'm listening to outside. Was a what? Was a minor joke? Was what a minor joke? Did I miss something? Yeah, she's literally got red, white, and blue hair right now. I'm feeling real patriotic for the moment. But I don't know if I want to add, I don't know. Hmm. I like that. Her lips look so much better. Feel like I could take a little bit of makeup and clean up the line a little bit, but makeup. Take a little flesh tone and clean up the line a little bit, but I'm not mad at it. Yeah, that looks so much better. Yeah, I'm gonna end up going back through. Whoa, when did I do that? Is it still wet? Ah, thank God. Okay, cool. Um, I know that I'm gonna end up adding more. I just don't know what though. I'm very happy with the way that those little micro changes turned out. Those could have made me sad today, but I've been on such a natural high lately. I don't think that I would want to lean into anything else. Let's try this. So I am intentionally using curved lines, which gives texture and shape, but also trying to add subtle highlights. Hmm. See what I mean? But now I think with her mouth, I think right there, I'm just gonna go black. I think that's the better way to finish that off. And then, so I'm gonna do that now. So she needs her tooth to go over more this way. I made it that though. Okay. It's gonna take a while to dry. So I realized, yeah, this is black that I'm doing right now. And I need to do some brown as well. But so good. which I didn't think this through because right now I'm working on a wet canvas with some spots that could really mess up. Markette the art star. Thanks, Mel. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I get zoned out sometimes. That's what I just did. I know she went from like looking old to looking young to looking young again. But I hope that you all was like following along to see the nuance differences. And I did not choose the right brush for this particular part. See if I have a better one. I wanted one that had like a lot of texture to it, but maybe this one. See what this one does. Ah, this is actually a good one. Yeah, it's like a 25-year-old. Cool. So she went from old to 25. So right now I'm just overly smoothing out some of the colors that was left behind so I don't smudge them, which is going to make them dry. Muting some of the overly bright tones with the remnant paint. Making sure I'm cognizant of which way all these strokes are going. And adding subtle darkening. Key to it all is to just keep the same flow. Even if you smudge it out, keep the same flow. Don't get to being all willy-nilly with your hand because then you're going to be like, why did I do that? All right. Yes, I just got crazy heavy with the black. I said, I'm like, dang, Market, you should have incorporated more of those other colors back before you did all this black. So I think I will. 'Cause I actually did like all those other colors I had going. I had coral, which is this color, which is the color from Zoe's other painting, which I really, it's one of my favorite colors actually. I absolutely love coral, but so we're gonna put coral back in her hair because it's a favorite color. So let's add coral. Of course, coral. Is that in matte black or regular? It is a high gloss black. So it's high gloss. So hair naturally has some kind of shimmer. Healthy hair has some kind of shimmer to it. So the black that I'm using is high gloss. The white is high gloss. The pearl is high gloss. Some of the colors are a mix between semi-gloss and gloss, but yeah, all the blacks are high gloss. I have some matte blacks, but for this particular picture, they're all high gloss. Definitely needed to add my favorite color back through her hair. So most people don't know my favorite color, but yeah, coral and gold are my favorite two colors. Pink and yellow are strong seconds. I typically wear a lot of my favorite colors. Not as much as I would like, but it's just hard to find stuff in my favorite colors that don't look cheaply made. So I don't always find them. But this painting definitely has all my favorite colors in it in one form or another. Which next I need to add her gold back into her hair. So get back the same initial feeling I had going before I went gun ho. And I'm actually excited to see how adding some of those other colors back into it is going to morph this painting. So that's how that looks. And I know for somebody who's probably made the assumption that I was scared to do big motions or big layers in the painting. No, not scared, just no desire. And I'm just adding some of the same coral to her lip to add some highlights. You can go back into some of the previous paintings where I was just like, no, we're just gonna take some black and black all this out. That's not right. It's not what I see in my head. Okay, pretty, 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 pretty. I'm gonna add a little coral right here. There we go. Perfecta. Okay, so yellow. Well, that's not yellow. That's Marquette's creation. Oh, orange is supposed to be in their hair. Because I did have, this is not even orange. This is like a bronzy orange. I agree. Mine is rusty orange, olive green, and purple. Those are beautiful colors. That would be a pretty mix for a painting, Mel. Actually have a lot of your favorite colors in this painting. That's crazy. Hmm. Great minds think alike. Which I'm not gonna go too crazy with this one because it's this paint is more expensive, but I am gonna add a little bit of this in there. Yeah, that little drop that ate all the way up because it's a pearl, but definitely gonna have nuance of that color. And then yellow is the color I wanted to add back in there. And then I'll go back to the black that's just sitting here looking at me. There we go. That's a lot of yellow. Goodness. You said true. Yeah, I have a lot of things I have to do next already. So I don't know when I'll have time to really just explore a whole lot more paintings, but I needed this color back. And even though some people may be like, oh, you did all those colors, you can't even see them anymore. Subtle highlights and lowlights are still there. They're still affecting the tonality and the depth of the painting. Even if you can't see it, you can still see it. for the people in the back. I actually love the way these are creating these different yellows and mustards. So pretty. Even like the little touch of violet that's we did initially that I'm overlapping, it's changing the color slightly. Once it dries, it'll change. Yeah, it changes every time it dries. Every single time it looks so different. And that's why like some of the colors I feel frustrated by, I'm just like, I don't care. I'm just gonna walk away. It's fine. But see, we just made her younger. It's a facelift in a bottle. Hence why people wear hair color. Okay, so back to the black, which I'm gonna add like a little bit of pink to it too. See what that does. Start here. And now we're just adding the black. Some spots have more pressures than other spots. I'm in China. I hope you receive a gift sent from the United States. Oh, ni hao. Yes, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I actually love a lot of Chinese, Mandarin, and Korean, and some Japanese shows. I love a lot of international things. I love learning about different cultures. So that's what I just did with the black, which definitely toned down the colors, which low key love and but like man, but I loved how bright it was. But I'm gonna add some of that back. So how we're gonna add that back is first we're gonna do the blob of black. You like Takashi's Castle. I don't know what that is, but that's cool. So some of my international shows that I watch is Pearl Girl. Um, I watch a lot of stuff on Netflix. A lot of different stuff from a lot of different countries. In original language, of course, with subtitles. Because I can't speak the languages. Oh, pretty. Okay, so we take the blob. Y'all see the blob? And we just dip in there in different spots. And then we just let that roll, which I'm going to put a little black on there too. We already have the under thing. We already have like the baseline of it. So now we're just creating, yeah. Which I'm going to have to go back over this and fix some of it. We already know. But I really like how that just gave us some of the effect it did. Gave us some cool marbling. Oh, that's the thing is I have to be careful not to overwork it because it'll just turn muted, like it kind of is in some of these spots. But it's cool too. It's like a fun show on YouTube, like in obstacle show. Oh, cool. Yeah, I like a lot of competition shows. They're cool. So be careful with your pressure when you're doing stuff like this because you're one stroke away from being like, why did I do that? Or one stroke away from being, I love that I did that. Worst case scenario, you can always repaint it. Ask me how I know. Okay, so that actually looks really cool now. I feel like just add a little bit more. Thanks for everybody who liked the live. Thank you for everybody who subscribes. Thanks for everybody who's taking your time out to comment. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are giving me lots of motivation. Yes, I'm learning more techniques from you. Oh, well, thanks, Mel. See, definitely probably not how y'all expected that to turn out at all. Y'all are like, this chick is out there, but we love her. I know, I know. I think the same thing. Sometimes I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? And I'm like, I have no idea, but it's gonna be great. It's fine. It's gonna be great. But always play, 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 play. Tell yourself the only mistake is the mistake of not trying in anything in life. At least you tried. I failed at a lot of stuff in life, but I'm like, but I'm happy I tried. Yeah, that was too much black in that spot. That was an epic fail. No worries. We can fix that. We can fix it. Eh. We're gonna put some pink right there. Mhm. See? Not so hard to change. I feel like with some of this, it's starting to be almost done. Took so much time to really get to this point, and now just like today, it's like everything just flowed. Maybe I really just needed a break from it all. Even though that just turned gray. Like that's what I was talking about, how the colors like overblend and turn into this weird overly color. So I need to let it dry and leave it alone. Let it be great. But yeah, I like the way that looks. Turned out pretty cool. Lots of oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Before I forget, let's fix her outfit because honey, he was like, so you just gonna leave me here with my clothes crazy. Ooh, got a little too happy with the pour. Crazy. And I know with her skin tone it could be better, but if it's only peekabooing, does it really matter? So yeah, I think what I am gonna do. Ooh, okay. So yeah, we'll do that. Whoa, glue. Ow! It hurts to stand up right now. Okay, so we're gonna grab some Mod Podge. Do I want Mod Podge or do I just want regular glue? I wonder if this is sticky. Where's the school glue that's cheaper? Should I use school glue or Mod Podge, y'all? Which one should I use? Because I have both. I just gotta figure out where. I'm gonna just use this because it's right here. It's fine. Use a little Mod Podge. Do, 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 do. She has hair. She has teeth. She does not have lashes yet. Oh my gosh. I forgot about her lashes and her. I forgot about fixing them eyebrows. They are still rough, but better than she was. So, whoop, that was a lot of glue. And it kind of stinks. So, we're going to take. Wow, why am I making such a mess with this? We're going to add some glue in there. I don't even know if y'all can see what I just did. So we're just putting leaves back on her top. And I am going to glue it slightly on here too. I don't know why, but some aspects I kind of want it on there. I know before I was asked, am I going to make like a whole body of art from this and make it really, really big? And I said no. And I meant that from the bottom of my heart. No, I don't really want to. So I will not be doing that. I feel like I should have used crafter's glue for this because Mod Podge is very messy. And I did not know that until just now. It's very messy, not super sticky. But if I can just let it dry, I think it'll get the job done. I think that craft glue that I normally use is the one from Home Depot or Lowe's. Super overkill, super expensive, but it definitely works. I'm not sure. I hope Mod Podge dries clear, but if it doesn't, it's okay. It definitely stinks. I'll give it that. Goodness. So I actually like the way that looks. There's a couple of spots on here I kind of want to cover because it's ugly. I call a thing a thing. I got kind of messy with that brush stroke, and I'm just like, maybe we can cover it up with the glue. It's fine. We're just gonna glue over it. No, I'm just dipping it and sticking and hoping it stays. Because I was doing this and I was like, she has no shoulders. It's just literally a head and a neck, and there's no body at all. And then that's what made me give her more of a body. But this Mod Podge is not the stickiest glue. And I'm just sticking it on there. Oh, a sealant normally smells? Oh. Well, I didn't realize it was a sealant mail. I just bought it because I seen somebody on social media using it for something. And I was just like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I should own some of that. That makes sense. And that's why it's not super sticky. Because it's not a glue, it's a sealant. Ah, oh, that's why they use it for clothes and stuff because that it's okay. I get it. But we're already using it now, so maybe it'll stay. If not, I can always glue those back on there later. You know what is sticky and will stay forever? Paint. Paint would have made that stay forever. Okay, so now we have that on there. I do see where her hair could be better. Let's clean the brush out, get this weird muddled gray color out of it. Yeah, right. It's still good regardless. You are artist, right? Absolutely, Mel. The artist that likes to just use stuff and not read the directions. Yeah, that's me. Okay, so got that on there. I'm still having this moment of we'll let that dry. We'll figure that part out another day. That's not a right now problem. So we're gonna just flip it around while that is trying to figure itself out. Uh Next steps. Under eye, waterline. Scared, honestly scared, because every time I've been messing with these little parts, I've had to redo the whole thing, and I'm like, I'm not doing that part for the umpteenth time. I'm just gonna do it and walk away. So I don't have my really good brushes in here in the midst of this, but I think this one will work. Okay, so, oh yeah, you're already open. All right, so now we're just gonna get in her under eye, underline, waterline. Which that's not even enough paint on there to paint the waterline. Oh, don't spill. No pressure. Okay, not perfect, not bad. I'm cool with that. That's better than I expected, so that'll work. I'm gonna rock with that. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit more highlight around the bridge of her nose. Okay, cool. Lips dried, great. Hair got some issues. Hope to be around to see your next wall project. Thank you. Yeah, I have a couple of smaller ones I'm gonna have to get to first, including finishing this one. But I hope you are too. So hopefully you cut on those notifications. I realized I got black stuff all over her forehead. Yikes, Markette. But yeah, cut on that notification bell, and that way, hopefully, you'll hear when I come on here to work on that because I never know when I'm coming live. It's just more so like I have a minute and I decide to be great. So right now I'm just freehanding in some texture, which I don't know if y'all can see that. See if I can do it this way. Let's see if this black is gonna work for us again. So still trying to get some of that weird muddle color out at the full black back. Okay, so that's actually a lot better. So what are we thinking? Does she look young again? Definitely a lot more done today than in previous sessions. Um, see some mistakes, see some spaces that could be better, but overall, pretty content. I realized that one of my biggest issues that I was working through while working on her is my need for perfectionism. No one's perfect, like at all. It's very pretty, lady. Thank you. I just realized that, like, it's a hindrance. It's a gift and a curse. It's a double-edged sword, is what we call that. Those type of things. It's like when you really just try your best to make everything really, really good, and then it doesn't turn out the way you expected. Sometimes you can't settle for less than what you feel it should be. But then sometimes you learn in life that the thing that you didn't like about it may be the thing that makes you love it more. You just got to give it time to settle and be okay, but not be in the expectation. So this is a darker brown that I'm adding into the eyebrow. So the first, we've already had like 12 different colors in her eyebrow, but this one's more brown. So this one's going to be more of one of her main eyebrow colors. Yes, I jump around all my projects the same way I do with this painting, which can be frustrating, but it's okay. They all eventually get done, just not linearly, more like cumulatively. So put this brown in there. Same thing over here. We're going to build up this upper bridge of her eyebrow. Oh, I like it. So make sure there's nothing on my hand because I already got so much to clean up. So I want to see if I can fix that though. And let's be brave, Market. You got this. Oh, I like that actually. I feel like I could get like a better tonality if I added like watercolors to this painting, which I know we've been doing so many things. There's like a million medians in the same painting, but I'm really thinking that I could take and find a watercolor to create that last little but I don't really, it's like I kind of want to, but I kind of am, I feel like I'll be mad if I do and it doesn't turn out perfectly, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. I know, perfectionism, I know. Look, I already know. I already know. So nobody's eyes are all one tone. So we're just gonna start with the brown first, just to get the idea of the direction I want it. Which is kind of hard for me to see, but I'm turning the bright light. Y'all be like, dang, can you see like the beginnings of them lashes now and the eyebrows? And then that part's right. I like that. Now I'm just gonna jump back to, it's way too much brown. Okay. So now I'm just taking this tan brown and adding the like this part of the eyebrow. Oh, the eyes are glowing. Yay. We love a good glow. And then also add the same little highlights with this one. Okay, so because I know like that's part of what y'all are getting nuanced glimpses of. Whew, feeling intense. Mm-mm-mm. All right, might be too much black. Oh, I forgot about her eyeliner. Definitely needed that. So that's what I oop, literally just did. Just gave her eyeliner, which made her eyes open and pop. Don't know what I did on her forehead. I'm hoping I can. Oh, yeah. Actually can because I got 12 million coats of paint. Oh my gosh, I just smudged black down her face. Just like when I'm doing my own actual makeup. I cannot believe I just did that. Oh my gosh. No. Come on. Work for mama. This. Uh, yes, I just used spit to try to fix a mistake. Is it going to work? I don't know. But it doesn't hurt to try. Hopes and dreams. Not as bad as I thought, though. It's okay. Not as bad as I thought. It actually fixed what I thought. Okay, no, not the worst. Not the worst. Definitely just messed up some other stuff that I loved, but it's okay. No worries. I just have to pivot. Now I had to fix some of the stuff that I had going that I really liked. And at least I seen it before it like fully dried out. That's the bad thing about the way my brain operates. Sometimes I get gun ho. I don't take into consideration that stuff is still wet or the fact that my brain actually likes to jump around and it creates little issues for me to fix later, but it's okay. And I'm hearing Zoe in my head saying, well, mom, use less paint. If you use less paint, it'll dry faster. But it actually helped because it gave me more of a water line, which opened her eyes up. So not every mistake is a bad thing. Some stuff just looks like a mistake or a problem in the moment, but then in the end, it's a blessing in disguise. I'm going to take his bracelet off. It's creating smudgies. And that's not even okay. Well, we've made it quite far in this picture today. I think it's getting to the place where I need to stop because I've made too many mistakes. And that's usually when I just stop something. I'm like, well, but we've progressed a lot today. And I'm very happy with most of the what we got accomplished. More steps forwards than backwards, and that's always a great thing. But may come back to this later. Just need to give her a chance to dry because I don't want to mess anything else up. But this is where she's at now. Pretty good. You can see where her eye and her forehead got black smudged across of them, which I could probably fix that part now. Honestly, I might as well because I think I can remember the colors I had out for that. Start this one and go from there. But I think also that like maybe it's not really oopsie, it's a aha. Just like that. I must use this one for the blush because there's some other colors coming to the stage without permission. But no worries. Yeah, she looked like she got punched in the eye, and that's not pretty. Or that black got underneath there. But I have to do both sides because if I don't, it's going to be a weird color. But now, not only do I have to fix the darkened under eye on one, I have to figure out what color I used to create that highlighter effect under the eye. So I don't want to use the flat part of that board, but I definitely need to use something. So let's figure out how did I create that highlight. I think it was this color right here. So now I'm just gonna add a little bit more of that other highlight color that I just used. Blend that out, go back to the center of the eye and the center of the head and blend that again. It's like a cascade. I know I can't show you all because I need to do this while it's allowing me to do it. A little bit more of that lighter color. I just lost the whole shape of the under eye, but it's okay. At least it doesn't look like she got punched in the face. Okay. Not mad at that though. It actually looks kind of nice. Okay, go figure. Gee. I know. That feels like too much paint. Do need to check something though. I gotta check and figure out why my card was so high. Make sure they didn't accidentally charge me for something I wasn't supposed to pay for. I was just gonna eat it, but I was like, no, just check. What does it hurt? Gotta start paying more attention to some of the small stuff for my next couple of goals I have. And right now I'm worried because even though I have to swirl it to blend it, if I accidentally swirl into my brows, it's gonna be ugly. All right, I think I fixed it. So, see, lots of personality. Weird angle. I understand that. Okay. So, yeah, I like it. I'm not mad at what I just changed. Definitely could have been worse, as some of her Mod Podged on petals did not stick. Let's see what was I about to do before I got that text message. So I'm trying to think of where the highlights would naturally be in her eyelashes after. It's just kind of weird to think about, but I have to. Okay, so that's what we got going so far. Yeah, I think I'm at my stopping point for now. Have a few other things I need to take care of, but that was my art break. I hope that you all either learned something or at least got to see how I move through art. Okay, so from a less weird angle, that's the finished stopping point for now. I know she just keeps changing. I guess something like me. But thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all your likes, comments, shares, and continued support. I really appreciate you all. All right, later, y'all. I hope y'all have a great day.